Oh, can't you see? We're running out of time. You gotta lose your mind if you think you're doing fine. You can't describe it yet, but something is wrong. Where are your dreams now, and why don't you feel strong? Yeah, yeah. Every day, every night, you try to find yourself. Don't live your life as someone else.
What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another installment of the Wrestling Matters podcast here on the YouTube channel and Facebook too. I am Anthony Walker, Games Matter, whatever the hell you want to call me. It's entirely up to you. Welcome, welcome. Today we're going to talk something that I got word this past week that it's 12 years. I think it was last week, but it's been 12 years since NXT started. The original NXT. We're not talking Triple H's NXT. We're talking back to the game show. I'm going to talk about that a little bit and what I think now of NXT from where we were then to where we are now. Also, Tony Khan announced it this week on Dynamite that he has bought a company. Happens to be Ring of Honor. I'm going to give my opinion on that later on in the broadcast too, and hopefully I will give some stuff as well for what's coming on the channel, and also talk about a few things here and there. So, without further ado, let's get to the topic. Topic 1 here on the podcast, and that is Tony Khan. Let's start big. We might as well start big, ladies and gents. Yes, Tony Khan announced this past week that he has acquired Ring of Honor. So now AEW is running Ring of Honor as well. ROH. Now, it makes sense because there was a lot of Ring of Honor stuff. There was a lot of Ring of Honor-like stuff this past week as well. There was a lot of stuff this past week. I'll give you an example of that. The segment with MJF and CM Punk. Because MJF quoted the promo that CM Punk did, and then CM Punk quoted his own promo backstage at Ring of Honor one time, because what he said in that promo was exactly the same as what he said back in the day with Ring of Honor, back when he was tag teaming with his old friend, what's his name? Colt Cabana. Because they were a tag team back in the day, former Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. So yeah, it is that case. But it kind of explains why Ring of Honor had to sell up, or not sell up, go on a hiatus for a bit. Now, it wasn't just that, okay? It wasn't just that. Let's get that clear right now. It wasn't just that. There was a lot of more issues as well. I'm pretty sure COVID had something to do with it. Because COVID... Because WWE and AEW deserve credit for keeping their businesses going through COVID as well. And I truly believe that COVID played a huge part in what Ring of Honor did. Selling up and going their separate ways. Going in this hiatus until they figure out what the fuck they're going to do. And I believe COVID played a huge part in that. COVID had to have fucked them up because they did what AEW did and WWE did as well. AEW had fans. WWE did wrestle to empty arenas, and then they brought in the what they call the monitors in the Thunderdome as well. Ring of Honor just wrestled to an empty arena and did their stuff in an empty arena. So I truly believe that had something to do with it. That had something to do with their thing. I believe the COVID really fucked them up. And what you've got to understand here, folks, I believe also that Tony Khan has pretty much saved their asses. Because he even admitted himself he was a Ring of Honor fan. How can you not be a Ring of Honor fan, first of all? Because Ring of Honor is wrestling at the end of the day. And I'm a wrestling fan in general, but Ring of Honor did some good stuff. But when they eventually return in April, and they are going to go back to doing their thing again starting April. It's already been confirmed. But this time they're going to be under new management. I genuinely believe that it might be a different look Ring of Honor. I don't know what direction they're going to go. Excuse me. I don't know what direction they're going to go, though, this is the interesting part. Everybody thinks now that Cody Rhodes left our AEW. By the way, I think that's a work, by the way. I don't think that's happened. Despite what people have been saying, and Cody Rhodes has had talks with WWE and they fell through and everything. But they all think that Cody Rhodes is going to go run Ring of Honor. And then answer to Tony. I don't know, dude. I mean, maybe. He's a former Ring of Honor World Champion. I highly doubt that. I don't know. Maybe he can or not. He's done well. He's done well with what he's done with AEW so far, but I highly doubt Tony Khan can run both promotions. Maybe he can. I don't know. But it's just a case now of waiting and see, because they're coming back. They're definitely coming back in April. Half the roster's on AEW anyway. A bunch of them are in Impact Wrestling on a No More. Whether they're still going to be in AEW, I don't know. It sounds to me that Honor No More have signed a contract with Impact Wrestling. I don't think they're going back to Ring of Honor. Will they go back now it's under new management? I don't know. But I don't see them going back to Ring of Honor, to be honest. They might as well stay in there. And with what's going on now, maybe Ring of Honor and AEW will get back working together again, or Tony Khan will work well with AEW. I don't bloody know. But even though that's a Ring of Honor invasion, I think that they've signed a contract with Impact Wrestling, and I don't think they're going back. So Ring of Honor is going to be a lot different. Will we see Bryan Danielson in Ring of Honor? I've also heard now that they're going to use that brand as a development brand. You know, AEW's now answered to NXT, Ring of Honor. So I genuinely don't know what's going to go down. It's going to be crazy in April when they eventually get back up and run again. But it's good for AEW in respects of using it as a development brand as well. I mean, that's what WWE are now probably using with NXT, more NXT in a second. But I don't know. It's just crazy to see now where Ring of Honor is going. And it's good for Ring of Honor, don't get me wrong. But AEW, I mean, what is Tony Khan going to do? What is the plan for Ring of Honor? I mean, they do have their world champion to look into as well. I'm sure Khan's really looking into that. He's been going around all over the place defending the belt as best he can in areas that will allow or will be allowed to defend the title. I think he's defended it a few times on Impact Wrestling too. I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go. We're just going to have to wait and see. But, yeah. But whether you like it or not, guys, Tony Khan has saved Ring of Honor's life. What is he going to do with it? Like I say, he's probably going to use it as a development brand. That's what I've heard. But y'all need to thank Tony Khan for keeping Ring of Honor in business, man. No matter what. No matter what you think of Tony Khan, you question him here, you question him there. You definitely need to thank Tony Khan for keeping him in Ring of Honor, keeping Ring of Honor going. And like I say, I 100% think that COVID fucked them up. It really did. I don't know how the fuck COVID did not fuck up AEW and WWE. I mean, like I said, whether you like WWE or AEW or not, they deserve all the credit in the world for keeping going. They deserve all the credit in the world for keeping them going. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. It's all going to go down in April. That's when Ring of Honor apparently are coming back. And it's still going to be the same names on the pay-per-view too. Death Before Dishonor and all that. It's still going to be the same names. It's just going to be very interesting to see what direction they go. Are they going to go back to pure wrestling? I would imagine they will. That's a stupid question to ask. But what, with their pure wrestling and what they've done in the past, are they going to go down to it, or are they going to go back to it doing it, but with a new twist? I guess we'll all find out in April. But from one development brand to another in NXT, because apparently it was 12 years this last week as well, I believe, but it was 12 years, I've heard, since NXT was formed, replacing the ECW. The less said about that, the better. Now, the development side of it, NXT started off, Jesus Christ, started off as a Saturday night TV show. You know, Bryan Danielson, you know, a bunch of guys from the indies, Bryan Danielson, Skip Sheffield, Ryback, David Otunga, Wade Barrett, and like that, with coaches. Chris Jericho, Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, you know, people like that. Even The Miz at one point as well. You know, Bryan Danielson was a part of the thing. There were coaches, Chris Jericho, freaking Miz. Wow, sorry. My thing went off there for some reason. But yeah, it was stupid. I never liked that thing. I watched the first season. I remember watching the first season. It was an L. I don't know. And I wanted to get, I think they did their best with it. You know, they wanted to try and keep it going with interesting. I think the first season was okay. You know, it was okay for what it was, because it was different. And then they brought it back again, and it just got really stupid. And the second season and third season, and yeah. And then that's when Triple H just went, here, give us it here. I'll show you what to do. And that's when we got the Triple H version of NXT, which was probably the best NXT around. You know, even though it was still a developmental brand, you know, he brought in people like Adam Cole, Drew McIntyre, people like that, and it was the best wrestling going in WWE, because Raw and SmackDown sucked ass. But now we've gone from all the way there to where we are right now, and I like the. I don't like it as much as with WWE, as what they call it used to do, Triple H. But there's some good stuff about the new NXT. As much as I hate to admit it, I don't like the arena. I think they've gone back to the old in your house routines. Remember the old in your houses back in the day? There is a certain feel of that. But good God, you know, it was crazy though. I mean, everybody's thinking now when Triple H eventually shows up again or comes back, what's going to happen? Is he going to do his own brand? Is he going to leave WWE? Is he going to do his own brand? Is he going to help run the new NXT? Because let's face it, Vince McMahon took his NXT and took it out from under his nose. And this past week as well, one of Triple H's right-hand men, left. So, I don't know. I don't know what the future holds for Triple H. I mean, everybody bounced from the new NXT. You know, Kyle O'Reilly and people like that. Johnny Gargano's gone. Where the fuck he's going to end up going, I don't know. But everybody's going from the new NXT. And it's mad. It really is. It's absolutely crazy. You know, where is this going to go? Where the heck are we going to go, you know, with this new NXT? You know? Where is this going to go? Where is the new NXT going? I mean, I like what I'm seeing so far. You know, I like what I'm seeing so far. I like the fact, I like what I'm seeing so far with the new NXT as far as, what's his name? Braun Breaker, I believe. Steiner's kid. Great. He's great. There's no question about that. I do like him, and he's got a big future ahead of him. And there's a good tag team in there as well. A few good tag teams in there. A few people, good wrestlers in there that can keep that thing going. I prefer the old Triple H's NXT, but there is some good stuff. There is some good stuff going with the new NXT. And yes, there's a lot of questionable stuff too. Diamond Mine, even though I like that group, and I like the fact that, what they call it, I like the fact that he's there. I like the fact that he's got his now own group, but he's not like it used to be with the Undisputed Era. I think they're using that group to get them two lads over who won the Dusty Cup. I think Roderick Strong needs to go. He needs to go to AEW, to be honest. Or maybe go back to Ring of Honor, whatever. But he needs to go. He definitely needs to go. I mean, they've already got them two guys over. Imperium is now Gunther, also known as Walter. He'll always be Walter. You can stick that Gunther name up his ass for all I care. He'll always be Walter. But there's still good things going. Same with NXT UK as well. I've noticed NXT UK is still kicking butt. What's his name? Mustache Mountain. That's not easy to say. Mustache Mountain winning the tag titles at one point, I was noticing as well. I mean, they've got some good stuff going. I think the future of NXT is bright. I mean, I believe that this new NXT, since Triple H has been on the shelf with the cardiac arrest and everything, I think it's been run by Shawn Michaels, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. But it's crazy to see where NXT, from where we were before to where it is now. A lot of people don't like this new NXT, and it's fine. There is some good stuff to it, but there is some dodgy stuff to it as well. But Wade Barrett's now on commentary. Fucking hell. The guy wins the very first NXT, and now look at him, he's on commentary now. I mean, I think Triple H brought him in from the NWA, because the last time I saw him before he became NXT commentator, he was on the NWA. But yeah, it's in a new direction. I don't like the arena. I don't like the look of the arena. It takes me back to the old In Your House days. But it's working for them. And I like Braun Breaker. Even the bringing over people like AJ Styles, and even Dolph Ziggler's coming over as well and all that. And that's good. And I'm not like having a go at that. That is good. Because it allows that talent to try and get, the people over. Trying to get Braun Breaker and people like that to make them look good. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. To try and get Braun Breaker and guys like that who are the future, who can go and have a bright future and have talent and maybe some potential to carry this company a little bit further. I genuinely believe that they are going to. I mean, if there's anyone who could put somebody over, make someone look good, I'll say this right now, it's Dolph Ziggler. AJ made a lad look good as well. I mean, you get them people over and everything, it's great, Like I say, it's anyone who can make Braun Breaker look good, it's Dolph Ziggler. No question about it. I mean, it worked with Tommaso Ciampa too, by the way. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see though. But yeah, I like the new NXT. The direction of it was questionable, but I do like the new NXT in respects of what it's trying to do. Do I prefer the old NXT? Do I prefer Triple H's? Yes, but we'll just have to wait and see on that as well. Right. Let's see if there's anything we can worth talking about. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. Oh, and by the way, I had a conversation with Michael Larkin this past week, and he brought up, the old Monday Night Raw with WWE and TNA. And I saw that this past week as well. And I'm going to save a little bit of it for next. I'm going to save that for next week. Talk about the Monday Night War. And I use that term loosely because, yeah, it wasn't WCW, WWE. It was just a clusterfuck. But yeah, he brought up the match that Hogan had on the show. It was Hogan and AJ. No, it wasn't Hogan and AJ Styles. I do correct myself. It was Hogan and the Abyss versus Ric Flair and AJ Styles. Now, he didn't like the match. And I'll be honest with you, it wasn't the best match to have. I just didn't like the fact that they did it first. They kicked it off with the show. They were going to kick it off with the show. Hogan bleeds buckets. And then they have the match at the end. And, well, you all know what happened. That was the night when Bret came back, too, on WWE as well. So, yeah. Like I say, I'll save that for next week. Because I saw a video about that Monday Night War. And it didn't last long, let's just say. I'll save that for next week. But, yeah, just checking here to see if there's anything worth talking about. WWE 2K22, let's talk about that to end this podcast. Because I'll be getting it this week, okay? And I'm very much looking forward to playing it. Don't get me wrong, I'm very much looking forward to playing it. Like I say, and I'll officially end WWE 2K20 this week. Trust me on that. I already did, but I've got some stuff that I need to do on it, which I'll get sorted out this week. But yeah. Oh God, WWE 2K22. I like the stuff that's going on with it. I don't give a damn about anything else or anything. There's new, fresh things, and I'm looking forward. I don't know what to make of it, but I'm looking forward to seeing what that My Faction's like. Because it's like the NBA. Or it's like FIFA, the Ultimate Team. It's like that. We didn't ask for that, but it's interesting to see what happens. I don't like the look of it, but I guess we'll find out what it's like on Tuesday. Unless you get in the standard edition, then you have to wait on Friday. But I've got to admit, okay, GMW is going to be a piece of cake. Everything else is going to be a piece of cake. And I'll be doing some stuff for the YouTube channel on that as well, especially with GM mode. But bringing up GM mode, I don't like the idea, and apparently it's been confirmed with 2K, that there's only going to be 2 belts to work with in the GM mode. Women's title and world title, WWE Universal. I hope that's a troll. I guess we'll find out this week. And I hope that's a troll. Please, God, tell me that's a troll. But if that's the case, because there's going to be updates and there's going to be DLCs. The DLCs have already been confirmed. I hope to God, please, God, let this happen. I hope to God that they add something different to that, or they add some things to it to make it more interesting. Otherwise, that's going to be boring as hell. I'm going to be able to get content out of it. Piece of cake. I'll do it. But the other stuff, GM mode, I think that's going to be a different matter. I think that's going to be hard work. And I'm worried about that. I ain't going to lie. I'm very much worried about that, if I'm being honest with you. I'm very much worried about that. Well, I guess we'll find out. But yeah, I'm very, very much worried about that. But like I said, we'll find out this week. I'm looking forward to playing it. I'm looking forward to get back into GMW again. There's already been 4 matches made for my Back in Business show that I'm doing on Twitch as well. But other than that, piece of cake. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah. WrestleMania is coming up as well. I'm aiming to bring GMW back on that week. The WrestleMania show. I'm aiming GMW to bring GMW back on that week. For the WrestleMania show. I'm aiming it. We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully I can bring it back a little bit early. But we'll see what happens. I won't know when I'm going to be bringing back GMW until this week. And I'm going to be doing that all week. I don't give a fuck what anybody else says or thinks or what's trying to do or whatever. I'll be playing WWE all week. this week, trying to get GMW back up and running and checking out the new stuff and maybe playing GM mode too. I hope to God that GM mode thing is a troll. It's been confirmed by 2K, but yeah. That could be the new WWE 2K20. Unfinished game mode. Yeah. But we'll see what happens this week. But yeah, next week I will be back here talking about the Monday Night War. WWE versus TNA. I probably won't be talking about it for very long because there wasn't that much to talk about, but I'll study it this week and I'll bring it to you next week as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens next week. Also, I'm still in the pipelines. It's going to take a while, but I'm going to get some interviews sorted out. I have people on standby and everything, and I do want some interviews for this channel, but they're going to be separate shows. I'm not going to come on here, do this, and then throw it to an interview. Not going to happen. If I get an interview, the interviews will be up. It'll be at its own separate show. And if it's more than 3 hours, the interview that I do, if I do more than 3 hours, I'll do it in 3 parts. It's fine. So we'll see what happens this way. It depends on who I get at the end of the day. But I have people, I want to work with some people and all that, and hopefully we can get some things going as well. I will be going to EPW April 23rd as well. There's a show April 23rd. I am not working that day. So I'm not working my student job that day, so I'll have a day off and I'm going to go to that show. Everything else is just going to have to wait. So so we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be tremendous. So we'll see what happens on that day. All in all, ladies and gents, have a great week. Enjoy the wrestling this week. And I'll be back next week as well, talking about more wrestling as well as the WWE TNA Monday Night Wars as well. And maybe any other topics I can get out of this week. So all the links are down below in the description. Hopefully you can join me again next week. Until then, guys, like, share, subscribe on YouTube. Give us a like on Facebook and even share it on Facebook too. And I will see you all right here next week. Wrestling matters, and it should to you. Because there's no promos or no promo podcasting on this channel. Yeah. Promo mania my ass. See you next week, guys.
Can't you see we're running